said I have a very strong belief in a certain set of principles. I probably disagree with a lot of your principles. I disagree with conservatism and usually right-wing conservative beliefs.
Okay.
The reason I'm here tonight is my son is very right-wing conservative.
You have a very smart son.
What's up, YouTube? Hope you guys are feeling good. My name is Ellerio, and today I'm back with something to check out with you guys. This is called Charlie Kirk crushes woke, pro-trans, feminist, leftists. Man, this is a lot of titles to be given one person. But you know how it goes, guys. We talk less and we react more. Let's check this out.
Hi, I'm a liberal. I'm Democrat voting. I'm very strong in my beliefs about a certain set. I have a very strong belief in a certain set of principles. I probably disagree with a lot of your principles. I disagree with conservatism and usually right-wing conservative beliefs.
Okay.
The reason I'm here tonight is my son is very right-wing conservative.
You have a very smart son.
And and he doesn't drink. He's only 20. Watch it. And the reason that I'm here is because I raised him to believe and think for himself, to look at both sides and come up with his own opinion. And
she's a good woman.
He kind of didn't come up with Bernie, okay, I can live with that, but I absolutely stand behind his right to think what he is free to think.
She didn't indoctrinate him.
I don't need to break windows. That's not a model for what I believe in liberalism. There's a lot of liberals who are very upset about that.
Good.
So my question to you is, in my sense of accepting and loving my son, it's different. He's my family. I also believe, for example, one example is LGBTQ adults, not trans kids. I'm going to get that argument. But LGBTQ adults who are happily in relationships and married, who are behind what they believe in, and it doesn't necessarily coincide with the Bible. It doesn't coincide with two genders. I believe that people have the freedom to express themselves, and they don't want to be in two genders. They have a different point of view because they looked at both sides. They came up and they have the freedom to believe what they want. So how do you, my question to you is, how in your belief of two genders do you accept people who don't believe that?
Well, yeah, I just asked the question. I would ask it of you. What is a woman?
For me personally, I am a woman. And I believe
but what is that? Don't answer the question with the question, like, what is the vocab term woman? Define it.
That I align myself as a mother and what the women in my life and the feminine values of being more relationship-oriented, less competitive, mothering, caring about someone ahead of myself. So those are values that feminist values that I believe in, and I believe I can be a woman. I don't have, I wasn't born with a male body, but I believe that I am a woman based on feminine principles. Those, like those, and those and other feminine principles.
Under your view, somebody can choose to be what they want to be.
Yes.
Okay. Can I be a bobcat?
Well, and more than that argument, I want to get more into
this is important.
Your belief.
Let me ask you another question. Can I be whatever age I want to be?
The response
Charlie
to that
always asks
really
these two questions.
is not exactly what my question's
Well,
about.
you're asking about my view on the LGBT, and I'm getting there. I'm just trying to understand.
And as an example, people who don't believe that there are two genders, just in general,
No, I know.
who are disagreeing with you.
And you are one of those people, so I'm trying to get to some form of understanding and clarity.
Okay.
So do you think that having agreed upon objective reality on age is important?
Yeah, but that's not within the concept of gender.
Well, but why is that different? Why does reality stop when gender gets discussed?
Because I'm not thinking about people of different ages.
Why not? So, if a 30-year-old thinks he's 14, he should be able to have sex with a 12-year-old, right?
No, this is more about gender.
Well,
Now,
no, hold
I feel,
on.
Well, but I have a limit
But gender
to...
is why? Where does that limit come from, and why do you believe in the limit for age but not for biology?
Because I
Good
feel
question.
that gender is an aspect of somebody they can believe in being able to be in more than one gender. I don't believe that age falls into that. I believe this is more about a gender that people are
Right,
able
but
to choose.
You're saying, though, that gender is
Yes.
a personal feeling or belief that somebody has about their existence.
Yes, within gender, there's
Got it,
some
got it.
things
So,
that
but the
they
moral-
don't, like
the-
being
the-
an animal or being 90.
Right, but the moral premise of that is that your biology, your chromosomes, do not dictate your reality, correct?
I don't know. Do I have to know the answer to that in order to honor the fact that somebody else believes that they are choosing
let me
to be
tell
a woman?
you why and what I believe.
Do I have to agree with that
Well, not a matter of agreeing.
in order to be able
Here's
to
the thing.
identify
You can
gender?
have whatever opinion you want, but the truth is what I'm trying to articulate. It doesn't matter what you believe.
Facts.
Somebody is born a man. They don't
Facts.
stop being a man if they appropriate womanhood. If I wore blackface right now, I don't become black. If a man decides to all of a sudden dress in a dress, he doesn't become a woman, nor should you force other people to reaccommodate society. If they want to think that in their private time or in their own mind, it's kind of weird and strange. I guess go ahead and do it. But that's not the debate we're having in America right now. The debate we're having, and I'd love your final
just
thoughts
love
on
Charlie.
this, is a biological man is able to compete against biological women in NCAA sports and win the national championship in swimming. Do you think that's fair?
I don't think that's not part of my personal beliefs. Okay, so let's maybe just go for gay and lesbian couples who are successful. I mean, just because I really want to know the answer, and I kind of know where that's headed, and I don't agree about men playing in women's sports or...
Hey, we agree on that. So
Yeah, so
you
I
and
agree with that.
You understand that the liberals that you identify with call you a bigot for that belief, right?
Not the liberals that are my friends, and not all liberals believe that.
Yeah, that's shocking. I'd
You
love
see,
to meet them. So,
there's division in every sect,
secondly,
man.
though,
There's
Yeah.
division
on
in
the other
every
part,
sect.
as far-
They're all in
but-
their
but
60s.
let me- but-
That my friend.
on the LGBT thing, and I want to get to as many questions as possible.
Yeah.
What does somebody's own personal sexual orientation have to do with lumping in a bunch of letters with somebody that is suffering from gender dysphoria? Those are two separate issues. Don't you think we should
Yeah.
divide them?
No, I think that there are people who have healthy homosexual relationships who identify that way, who aren't in favor of some of the
you
gender
misunderstood
problems.
the question. What I'm trying to say is that for a while it was gay activism, and now it's LGBTQIA+. It just keeps on growing, and this
Right.
kind of social contagion of left-wing activism.
Yeah, true,
Let me just tell you my position very
Okay.
clearly. Okay, everybody's made in the image of God. That's my first. That's my moral. My first premise. We all have a soul. You could disagree with that. The American founders believed every single human being had a soul, and that is a fact. I believe that marriage is an institution and a tradition that should be between one man and one woman. Marriage, in an ideal world, the state would have a limited role in that, but I don't believe that diluting or destroying the institution of marriage or the vocabulary or the truth behind it does it any justice for anybody. And you must understand what a word means and what is the purpose of that word. And having been married, I can understand that marriage is about opposites getting along to do something bigger than themselves. The big issue in the gay marriage debate, and some conservatives disagree, is that you don't have two opposites. You have two alikes that are coming, two people that are alike coming together. That's not what marriage is. You can call it something else. That's not marriage. In fact, I think it actually destroys and diminishes the beautiful institution of
Charlie with fact. Charlie with fact. I mean, first off, the ovation they gave the mom was beautiful. You know, her son being right winged and all that. I mean, this left wing, right wing thing is actually funny. But if I'm to use the term, her son being right winged and she being left wing, I mean, she being a liberal kind of made her allow her son to look at all options and decide who he wants to be for himself. This is actually the best form of liberal I've seen. She's not forceful. She just wants to try to understand why Charlie thinks like this. And she didn't force her son to become left wing, like her, as she put it. She allowed him to choose his own path. She didn't try to indoctrinate him or push ideas into his head. No. She allowed him to take his own turn. And that's nice. Now she had a whole lot of ideas and all. First off, what is a woman? She's actually the first one that's not given the same. A woman is anyone who identifies as a woman. She actually puts or outlined some feminine essentials that actually go with being a woman. But as Charlie said, chromosome, your hormonal or biological makeup actually determines that fact more than anything. Because you're born a man or you're born a woman. And even if you decide that that's not what you want, that's still what you are. I mean, even if you change the external, you can't really change the internal. You might take drugs to suppress it, but at the end, you really can't change them. And what happens if you stop taking those pills? We all go back to square one. So basically, that's what Charlie is trying to say. She gave, well, I say, an almost beautiful definition based on the feminine qualities she put. Because everyone in society, they made it seem like men are unfeeling. And if you see a man who cares or a man who's so into his family, society actually calls him a sissy, you know, that kind of thing. But she gave a half detailed explanation of that word, woman. Your chromosomes, they actually decide that factor. More like 70%. The remaining 30%, I believe, is based on attitude, because there are some women that are unfeeling. There are some women that are not caring. There are some women that don't put, or that can't put another person's interest, choices, or beliefs before theirs. And there are some women that are not capable of becoming mothers, because she said, as a woman, being a mother is part of it. There are some women that are not capable of that. And that's the truth. And basically, I love how Charlie handled this entire thing. And I really love how she presented her facts. I love the way she started. I really admire this woman. Fortunately, I admire her. She's a really good person. And for once, I've seen a trans or a feminist activist or a leftist that doesn't quite agree with transgender men being in the same field with biological women. Or rather, transgendered women. That happens to confuse me sometimes. Well, basically, you can't see a man turned woman in the same sports field with a woman. She doesn't agree with that. I mean, they are stronger. They are faster, if I'm to put it that way. But they're still gonna have some features or characteristics of a man. That's basically it. Anyway, guys, I think we learned one or two things from this video. Please leave your comments in the comment section, and remember to leave a thumbs up at the end of this video. If you just joined this channel for the first time, please remember to click the subscribe button. Thank you all for watching, and stay safe.